Well, I had a relatively interesting episode recorded. I recorded it over the weekend, had it saved, but still had the software with the episode pulled up in it, loaded on my computer. And when the power company cut the power off yesterday, it corrupted the file somehow. So, we're starting from scratch here. As it turns out, the power company had planned weeks ago to turn the power off to the entire zip code where I live while they performed some upgrades to the area. Now, of course, they were supposed to notify everybody, and I called in to report the outage. I didn't know at the time that this was scheduled, and of course they took the report and they told me that it should be back on by 10 a.m. It went off about 8 a.m. And so, okay, well, that's not terrible. They said they didn't know what the cause was, but they were investigating. Well, 10 a.m. rolls around. Power's not back on, so I go to my app for Entergy, the utility company in the area, and I pull up the outage map, and it tells me that this is a scheduled maintenance downtime from 8 a.m. till 3 p.m. Again, it would have been nice to get some type of notice. I could have set up a generator. I could have done a lot of things. I've got things in the refrigerator freezer that might ruin in this period of time, but here's hoping that it don't, right? So I called customer service to find out why I wasn't notified, and one of the many excuses that I was given by the rep, he said, well, we probably notified you on a phone number that's not on your account. Now just think about that for a minute. They would have contacted me through a phone number that they don't have, right? Yeah, this makes a whole lot of sense. So I said, well, again, if y'all had notified me, I could have made arrangements for my business. You know, y'all have shut my business down today without any type of warning. And that's when he told me, well, you should contact your insurance company. Obviously, you should have an insurance policy that covers when you can't work in situations like this. So I said, really? So you think there's an insurance policy out there that'll pay me when I don't make any money? That'd be a great policy to have. Man, we could all get that policy and just do away with welfare, right? Hey, I didn't make no money today, Allstate. Could you write me a check? Hey, State Farm, you too. What an idiot. So like I told the guy, I said, what if I'd had somebody in my home that was on an oxygen machine? No warning to arrange a generator or anything like that. This person could die. Well, that's not our problem, sir. It's your responsibility to yada. What? And I said, not even counting the groceries. You know, I just bought a gallon of milk that's probably going to go bad. You know, hopefully nothing else does, but the milk for sure will in that period of time. And that's when he proceeded to tell me one of the stupidest comments I have ever heard from any customer service. Well, sir, the milk won't spoil unless it gets above 60 degrees. Obviously, I was shocked. Clearly, he has some different food safety standards than what I have. And I actually had to go look this up to find out what the exact temperature was. I knew it was well below 60, but 40 degrees. Milk should be stored at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. If it's stored above 40 degrees, it will develop signs of spoilage, sour odor, off flavor, and curled consistency. Now, I continued researching this and found that there's actually a law that it can't be transported above 40 to 45 degrees. It has to stay below that temperature in the United States, transport, or they have to throw it away. But according to Entergy, as long as it doesn't get to 60 degrees or above, you're good. Drink up. This really makes me want to set the milk out on the counter for a day or two and then send it to this guy and force him to drink it. Let's see how he likes 60-degree milk. So, amongst all his stupid comments and all, I demanded to speak to a supervisor. Now, this went nowhere. We went in circles, and he kept making excuses, while supposedly getting me a supervisor. That never happened. In fact, at the end of the conversation, he had to ask, would you still like to speak to a supervisor? In which I just replied, no. I figured I'd call back, get a different rep, and solve the problem that way, right? Because clearly, he's just going to keep running me in circles. What I ought to do, since they do record their calls, is go take that milk that's spoiled, drink it, get sick, end up in the hospital, and then file a lawsuit. But seriously, I don't think I could force myself to drink soured milk for any amount of money. But I haven't called them back yet because I don't think I could keep my composure with another stupid rep, so I'm going to give it a few days. So I came across a funny news article on the 14th that says patriotic patrol car lettering sparks backlash in California City. They have this beautiful new police vehicle that the words police is done stenciled with the inside filled with the American flag, kind of like it's waving. Looks really nice, very patriotic, and apparently people are throwing a fit over this because God forbid you do anything American or patriotic in the United States. We just can't have this bullshit. Of course, we're talking about California and even worse, Laguna Beach, so this tells you a lot right there. Now, I've said it before, and I hate talking Trump because that's all anyone does anymore. Trump this, Trump that. It doesn't matter whether it's negative or positive. It's just Trump, 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 and it gets boring. With that said, I've come across a news article here, many of you might have seen it, about the White House wanting to release immigrants that have been given sanctuary in the United States into these so-called sanctuary cities that are refusing to comply with ICE enforcement. Now, Trump supporter or not, I don't see the problem with this. These cities want immigrants. They want people to come there. They're all about these people having rights, whether they're here legally or not. Why not send them some more? Why keep sending these people to places where they're not really wanted, so it makes their lives miserable, the people in that town's life miserable? Send them to these sanctuary cities where everybody can be happy. What's the problem? Why do you not want these people in your sanctuary city if you're going to be a sanctuary city? That doesn't compute for me. Now, the article that I come across that I think is the best news of the week is the Marine that ran the Boston Marathon for his fallen comrades. He just ran out of steam and crawled across the finish line to honor their memories. I think this is the best thing that's been on the news all week. Seriously, I would love to shake this man's hand and thank him for his service to our country. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of
Full Retard
by Mentally Damaged.